Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is Meal Prep with Spatchcock Chickens. Today we're going to cook up a couple of spatchcock chickens that you can then divvy up into 3 different meal options, package them up, throw them in the fridge so you can grab and go throughout the week. So we got 2 chickens here. I'm just going to trim off a little bit of the excess fat. And then we're going to make this real easy. So what you want to do is go chicken breast side down, cut right along one side of the backbone, around that thigh, all the way up to the top. And we're gonna flip it around and go right back down the other side of the backbone. Shears make super easy work out of this. So now I'm gonna come in here right at the breastbone. I'm just gonna get right underneath it, give it a little snip, and then push it down. So now it's nice and flat, everything cooks evenly. Put this thing breast side down. We'll come in from the bottom just on the right side of that backbone. Work our way all the way up. And flip it around and go right back down the other side. Look at that beautiful little oyster right there. I'm gonna try and trim around that. So then find the middle of that breastbone, just give it a little snip, press it flat, and now it's all on one flat surface so it cooks more evenly. Next we're gonna brine these chickens using a gallon of water and then 1 pound of our Butcher House Brine from Cattlemen's Grill. The great thing about this pre-made brine is all you have to do is pour it into cool water, whisk it up. All that salt starts to dissolve on its own. You don't have to heat it up or anything. The meat can go right into the water. Now, depending on the size of your chickens, you definitely can get 2 into this 8-quart briner bucket. Let's Tetris these. But you might have some overflow. Oh man, we did that just about right. I'm only gonna pour off just a tad. All right, so just make sure it's fully submerged. Lock that plate in place so that it stays down there. And then I'm gonna let these soak overnight. Next, we're gonna pull our chickens out of the brine and get them seasoned up. Just get that extra moisture off the surface of these, and then we'll start to season them up. Now, the seasoning that we're using today is a fairly neutral one because we're going to be using it for 3 different purposes. So this is the trail dust from Cattlemen's Grill. I designed this specifically to be an all-purpose rub. It's great on meats, it's great on veggies. It kind of just blends into anything that you need it to blend into. What I'm doing here is I'm loosening the skin so that we can get some seasoning actually on the meat, not just on the skin, because most of what you're going to be eating is meat and not skin. So just pull that back. It doesn't matter if you damage it in the process because you can pull it right back over the top. Now, if you do want to use the skin for something, because skin is delicious, go ahead and hit the outside of that as well. I'm going to tuck these wings back so they stay tucked in. Pull the skin back here, just pop that thigh out. Get your finger underneath there. Pop that thigh out. And then you can get underneath the skin on the breast just to open that up so we can get some seasoning up there too. Both sides of the legs and thighs. And we'll just pull that skin back on top to protect the meat. Tuck those wings back. So now these are going to go onto a sheet pan lined with foil. That way we can catch any of the juices. They're going to come out during the cooking process. And these are ready to go on the grill. We're going to cook these, really roast them on the Yoder YS640s pellet grill today. I'm going to put them away from where the flame is coming from so they get indirect heat. And we're going to roast them at 400 degrees until they get to about 155 in the breast. So we're going to put this probe right into the deepest part of that breast and bring that up to 155. Temperature in the breast has come up to 155, so that's right where we want them. We're gonna pull them off and rest them for just a bit, and we'll start to talk about what dishes we're gonna make out of them. Roasting at 400 degrees, those chickens only took about an hour to cook, so this is something you can knock out on a Sunday and then still have time to meal prep these for the week. Now, as far as the recipes that we're gonna meal prep for, the ones I've chosen for this week are basically a chicken teriyaki bowl. We're gonna do a chicken salad, so you have something cold in the fridge for lunch. And then we're also going to do a pulled chicken sandwich, a barbecue chicken sandwich. These are really easy to heat up real quick after work. Let's go ahead and take this thing apart. Wings pop off real easy. Then we're gonna take the thighs and legs off just by slicing through that skin. They're pretty much already separated. Then we're gonna take the breasts off that rib cage, off that breastbone. Kind of just pull those off. Pull off any bones that are attached. So now on your pan, you're gonna take the big pieces of white meat and put them in one place. If you've got any pieces of white meat that are shreddable, we're gonna take every last bit of this and shred it up, separate that out. So this stuff right here can go into chicken sandwiches, can go into your teriyaki bowls, but the big stuff we're also gonna leave to dice up for our chicken salad. I'm just gonna make one pile of shredded stuff. So that includes all of the dark meat. Shred that up, add it to the pile. We can do the same thing with the leg itself. Although I'm gonna tell you the worst part of a chicken is that little tendon right there that you get off the leg, and it's the reason why I almost never eat drumsticks. So pull that out of there. Now that all that's shredded, the shredded stuff, we're gonna just kind of move it around the pan to soak up those pan juices because there's so much flavor in them. And because it's shredded, it's gonna soak that juice right back up, and then we don't waste it. Now, as far as the wings go, these you can totally shred and put into the mix if you like to, but typically they don't last past me like meal prep, and I just eat them. Now for the white meat, we're just gonna dice these up. Now that it's diced, let's go ahead and soak up the juice from the other side of the pan. Let's hop into these three dishes now. We're gonna start with recipe 1, the pulled chicken barbecue sandwich. We've got 2 cups of the dark meat that we pulled. We're just gonna dress that up with some Firebug Mild. This is one of my favorite barbecue sauces. It's got great fruity flavors in it, berries, but it's got just a little bit of kick as well. We're just gonna coat the chicken in that. So this is one of those recipes where you're just gonna throw all of this into a prep container, and you can dish it out and throw it on a bun any night of the week. Let's build this really easy sandwich. I'm just gonna throw down a few pickles, load it up with some chicken. If you want to, you can top it off with a little bit more of that barbecue sauce, and that's it. There's dinner real fast. This is gonna get you 4 servings. Meal number 2, barbecue chicken salad. Start with 2 cups of the white chicken, the white meat that's been diced up. Gonna add to that some mayo, of course. Then we've got our Chicago sauce. This is kind of like a mustard relish. Delicious stuff. We're gonna sweeten it up with about a 1/2 cup of Fuji apples, just diced up. Then add a 1/2 cup of pistachios that have been crushed for a little bit of texture. Now a little bit of seasoning, our Cattlemen's Grill Lone Star brisket rub, which is just salt, pepper, roasted garlic, and celery seed. If you want to, you could throw some onions in here, green onions, chives, whatever it might be, for some more aromatics. But we've kind of got the sweet, the savory, and the salt all covered just like this. You can plop all of this right into a storage container, pull it out for lunches as you need to. Just pile it high. With that chicken salad, throw a little greenery on top. Easy. Now for meal number 3, our teriyaki rice bowls. We're gonna start with the rice. And again, this is all about convenience and ease for people who have busy lives. So I just bought some par-cooked rice. I cooked it half the time it told me to. We're gonna put about 1 cup in the bottom of each prep bowl. Add to that about 1 cup of a mixture of light and dark meat. Throw in some of your favorite veggies. I've got asparagus here, broccoli would work great as well. And then we're gonna put some greens on top, but we don't want those to wilt, so we're gonna put them in a bag. Pick your favorite type of green to add. I've done this with arugula, it was really good, but I happen to have these mixed microgreens on hand, so I'm gonna use these up before they go bad. Gonna add just a little bit more seasoning on top. This is the Provisioner's blend. It's got some great citrus notes to it, not too salty. Then we'll just put that baggie right on top. That way you can microwave all of the stuff underneath and then add the greens fresh after it's hot. Now for the sauce. We'll save that for later too. I've got Bachan's miso. This is one of my favorites, but choose any of your favorite Japanese barbecue sauces or teriyaki sauce. This also is gonna give you 4 servings just like the other 2 recipes. I'm gonna go heat this up and then put it on a pretty plate for you. Sauced and finished. That is a beautiful meal prep right there. 2 chickens that make 3 really simple recipes that feed 4 people each time. This is a great way to utilize your time throughout the week because now you're not spending it cooking every night. Now the cool thing about this is you've also got 2 cups of chicken left over. So maybe you wanna throw some quesadillas around. That's another 4th recipe. 4th meal if you were Taco Bell. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipes, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.